After spending many years doing my own projects, collaborating with other people, leading other people, hundreds of people, I found some patterns. When people and I make WBS, work breakdown structure, I observe some mistakes, some good things, some tactics that make a huge difference. And today I'll share a few of them that worked for me. I have divided the process of making the WBS in 5 stages. We'll discuss briefly on those. I'll also show you some examples. It's a generic video that can be used for any kind of project, construction, software, any industry. Of course, it's implied that you would know the requirements of the project before starting the WBS, but you should also know the definition of done. Sometimes you know the requirements, but you're not sure of the quality or the norms of the company. Maybe you're new in the company, maybe you're new to the project, or the customer or the product owner is unfamiliar to you. So don't miss that point. For that, you can simply ask for more information and samples of previous or similar acceptable quality. Maybe some projects that had been done before. If you don't know this part, your WBS structure, the estimates, the time, notes, assumptions, everything will not be aligned. Phase 1, list. As a suggestion, you should only give 5% of the total time spent on making the WBS. Step 1, list the structure. Do not do anything else other than just listing the structure. You will not give time, you will not add notes, you will not do anything, just the structure. For example, suppose you want to make a house. Close your eyes after opening a spreadsheet and imagine the house ready. You're entering the house, there's a gate. Note that down. There's a boundary, maybe a garden, inside or outside as per the requirements. There's grass, there are plants. In the front there's garage. Keep noting all these things. Many things will come to your mind, those were not even mentioned in the requirements. This will help you a lot. Let's resume. You enter the main gate, you enter to the main sitting area. Now there's doors, windows, walls. Keep noting all those things. Maybe there are stairs, you go to the next floor again, to the top floor. Then when you have analyzed everything, you go down and exit the house from the path you came in. Another example, let's say you're making a login page in a web application. So again, close your eyes, see the page is ready as per the requirements. You are logging in. Maybe you forgot the password. What will you do? What button will you hit? What will be the action? You fill the form, you fill it incorrectly or correctly, see some scenarios, and it will enlighten you on the task you should do or should not do. You have logged in. Now you want to log out. So the exit strategy, the same methodology we discussed in the house example. You want to exit as well. Okay, as I was saying, you should only do the structure here, not the notes or anything else, and start from the first 1 or 2 columns. You should not go into detail. So this is level 1, this is level 2, and this is level 3. You should never go to level 4 or 5 at this stage. For example, level 4 or 5 would be, how would the handles of the doors would look like? What will be the glass quality of the windows? These are minor details, you don't want to go there. But you should, in all cases, not miss any main element. For example, you should not miss a window, you should not miss a door, a room, a wall. This step should be done 100% complete. If you miss things here, it's missed. There are different ways of structuring things. Suit yourself, see my examples and explore things yourself. This is one way, this is another way. This is the software project. You can change things over here too. If you find there are multiple ways of doing the same thing, you can just write it down. We'll choose later. You might also find doubts, questions, gray areas. Write it down. Do not try to find the solutions in detail over here. This is just for the structure. Do not worry about anything. Your only goal, again, I would say, is to not miss anything in this phase. Just make the structure right. I would also suggest, if you have any doubts or questions in this stage, you list those down. You don't interrupt this session and ask your lead or your peer or the product owner. You do not interrupt your mindset, your flow. That's the most important part over here. You do not disturb the flow of things coming in your mind. Just keep on writing in the spreadsheet. Make it easy. Don't use a complex tool. Just use, I would say, a spreadsheet, an Excel, simple one, and keep typing. When you think you are 100% done for this stage, think again and revise. Phase 2, break. Now is the time to break the things you made in step number 1. You can have level 4, 5, 6. How much? It depends on the project, the requirements. The more stages, the more accurate, but more time consuming. Maybe you don't need to break so much. It doesn't matter. You have to ask and discuss with your lead. Usually I would say do not break less than 20% on a scale of 0 to 100, where 100 is the maximum breaking a human can possibly do. And I have seen and observed and practiced breaking up to 90 or 95% level for very complex projects. So it is a possibility as well. In this phase, you want to mark the unknowns and gray areas that you're not sure yourself, and also explore them a little bit. Of course, you would not know the alternatives if you don't explore them first, or you don't have a little bit of information about them. For example, make a house out of concrete or metal. I'm not saying go into the details of everything, but you should have an idea. Same case, you want to make sessions in a login page. You want to use Redis or some other database or JWT tokens, cookies, whatever. Write it down. This is only if you're unsure or thinking of alternatives. If you're sure this is the choice you want to make, no need to write the other things down. Phase 3, dig. The most time consuming. Usually you get the wireframes and sketches in the requirements, but if you didn't receive them, you should make them yourself in this phase. How the house will look, how the login page will look, whatever you're delivering. The only tip over here is to make it quick. Do not get entangled with the tool or making it very beautiful, presentable. It should just serve the purpose, that's all. The flow diagram, what will happen if this happens, and the sequence and the process. For example, user types his email and password in the login page, hits the next button, and lands to the dashboard page, or he has to fill the CAPTCHA before that. What if he tries incorrect entries? Scenarios like, is the building earthquake resistant? Or what will happen if somebody tries to brute force on the login page and tries to guess with so many combinations? List down all the positive and negative scenarios. At this stage, you will find out that the structure you made in step number 1 has changed. This is normal and this is good. Update that structure. Phase 4, allocate. Now is the time to give time estimates. Not before, now is the time. I observed it was best to add 3 to 15 words of notes on each task if and when needed. Not more, not less. You need to be very precise. You can bold the words, underline them to emphasize, to make it quick for the reader to understand in a short span of time. Summarize information without missing anything. It's an interesting skill to summarize and highlight and format the information in such a way that you use 20%, let's say, of the text to show 100% of the information. In some cases, you will not be sure on the exact time, so you can have a minimum column of time and the maximum column of time. You will have the units, and you can multiply the units with the minimum and maximum to find out the total minimum and total maximum time. Minimum is something that if everything goes fine, this is the time you'll take. And maximum is something worse happens. Don't make the mistake to always take an average of the minimum and maximum time for every task. This should not be the case. At least not for every task. Step 10, you should consider the unknowns, the gray areas. If you're not still unsure of the gray areas and you cannot possibly find out the details, you should add the task of exploring the unknowns, and then maybe we can update the WBS structure later. But try your best to give the time over here. Write your assumptions and understandings clearly in this phase and get those reviewed by the peer or lead at the end of this phase. In step number 12, the notes may go to 50 words, but that's the maximum over here, I would say, generally speaking. These are the extended notes, different from step number 9. At this point, you will have more information after considering the unknowns. You will also find duplicates and overlaps. For example, you did some similar tasks and the later task is almost the same. You will not give the same hours again because assuming the task would be already done. Let's say you create one banner in the page and you need a similar banner with slight changes in the text. You would just copy that and duplicate it. No need to spend another 2 hours for that. It is okay to have a review at this stage by the lead or the peer, but do not get in the habit to rely on the peer and the lead. You are the sole owner and responsible of making the WBS. This is just a good to have, but don't miss that point. Phase 5, clarify. Most probably there would be some sequence of tasks. You should consider that. One task should be done after another and the other and the other. There should be a priority or the critical path. You need to arrange a bit, assuming you are still in a spreadsheet and it's easy to move the rows up and down. Step 15, think for a moment, what could you have done smarter or better? Think out of the box, even if it goes against the requirements. Keep the intentions of the product owner in mind, not the tools and implementation in the mind. For example, why don't we make the house out of steel or metal? Why are we using bricks? Is there a problem? How can we make it cost effective or fast or easy to make, more reliable? Do we need a NoSQL database or we need a SQL database? Don't just do things for the sake of just doing them or everybody is doing it. In every project at this phase, think what you could have done better in making the WBS. Was it the structure? Was it the notes? Was it the tools you pick? Was it the meetings? In every project, give few minutes to yourself. You can also discuss with a senior, but do think about it. You will feel naturally after doing 15, you will have more things in your mind about 16. For example, the risk of an earthquake, or you think the paint provider or the vendor is not so reliable, the paint material or quality or the product we are going to use or planning to use is not reliable. The database queries are not reliable in terms of the performance. What are the risks of the projects that can harm it in future? It can be anything. Do not hesitate to update the structure or time of the WBS at any stage of the project. With time and phases, you'll get more information, more insights. And remember, the time for each task is to get it done. It can include meetings, self-review, self-QA, debugging, solving the bugs before declaring it complete or after declaring it complete. It is the total time in an ideal situation. I advise my peers that it is not normal to have bugs. It is not okay. It is not just casual thing to have bugs or spend time in meetings. You are the sole owner of your task. You should take the responsibility. If anything is jeopardizing your delivery, you have to take action. You have to jot it down. You have to be ready for it. Now we have all the 5 stages with us, but that's not all. There are many other topics that affect the life cycle of a project and best kept for other videos. Few topics coming to my mind are, I often see managers and product owners insisting to make it fast and more speedy, quick. Now this video is for managers, leads, task owners, developers, the doers of the task. Even the business owners can see it. I've gone through all these stages, so I know how it feels like. I'll try to tell you the right things, not for a single person, but the things that are right for everybody. So are the managers having problem, or if it's happening so often, what's the problem? We'll discuss that in other videos. Is it normal to have bugs? How to avoid them? Do we even need a QA department? Should we avoid long meetings, or is it healthy to solve the things right away in a healthy environment? Is it okay to have long debates that the estimation is too off? And if not, what's the solution? And what is the 2% and the do percent? This is a way of making quick WBS. Sometimes you don't have the time to spend on all these 5 stages. You want to have a quick estimate, a ballpark, and tell the product owner what to do in this case. That will be all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you want more, you can get in touch with me.